Good morning. Welcome to Morning Brew with it's your girl Germaine, and it is Authors Brew Friday.
Let's
You
go.
never know who's going to stop by and show up in studio with us. So, all the way from Miami, I am so excited. So, you guys come on in, get ready, get your coffee. Listen, I brewed my hazelnut already. Didn't wait for the show to start. I brewed it before the show because I didn't want any interruptions with our guests. So, all right, y'all, we're going to talk about it, and he's going to teach y'all some things. I mean, you might want to get a pencil and a pad or a pen and a pad or take notes. But remember, you can always go back to our YouTube channel and pull up Morning Brew with Germaine and play it over and over and over again. So let me tell you a little bit. I know y'all hear him in the background. Hold on. Let me tell y'all a little bit about who has joined us in studio today. We have Musa. Musa is an award-winning author, first and foremost. And for all you that know, Morning Brew's platform is all about the power of one story, right? So he's also a U.S. Army veteran, a global tech entrepreneur with over 13 years of international experience. Ooh, this is a heavy hitter. Okay, guys, let me keep going. I'm not finished yet. He's a CEO of Forever Fearless Fashion. And we're going to show y'all the latest fashions, okay? And he's a bold lifestyle brand that has been featured on some of the world's biggest stages, including the Paris Olympics, GQ Magazine, and New York Fashion Week. All right, guys, let me stop talking and let me just bring him in. So, and you know what? We'll open it up for questions also if you have questions, okay? But let me bring Musa in right now,
Hey, good
Hello,
morning.
Musa.
Yes, good morning. Happy Fearless Friday, everybody.
Happy Fearless Friday. I love that. I'm going to have to coin your phrase.
Hey, there we
Fearless
go.
Fridays. Let
Hey,
me tell you, they're going to understand why after today, right? After this morning brew, you are really going to teach us some things
very excited
because
to.
I was blown away when I saw your book and I saw all the many different fears that we deal with and we don't even realize it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into this, okay? Because I don't want to hold you long. You are a busy person and you got a lot going on in your life. So I appreciate you so much, all the way from Miami, stopping by and just
Yes.
having coffee and conversation with me today. So you got your coffee cup. Look, I got
Yes.
mine.
Okay, we'll sip, absolutely.
So let's get into this. First of
Yeah.
all, tell us a little bit about who is Musa.
Yeah. Musa is a dreamer that became a doer
Love it.
after I got rid of my fears. Musa was a runner, but now he's a fighter. You know, um, Musa is. It's kind of weird to talk about myself in third person, but the reality is the fact that we all kind of need to. You need to be able to take a step back
Absolutely.
and look at yourself. And ultimately, I'm a person who is a person of his word. I think that's the biggest thing. That
Yeah.
you're a believer in yourself and that you're an executor. So that's who Musa is.
Listen, Musa, you already dropped some golden nuggets already in just you introducing who you are.
Yeah.
And look, already Leslie George from Florida. Leslie's also down in Florida.
Let's go. Let's
Love.
go.
Let me put this up on the screen because I love this. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Patricia from Atlanta. Leslie says, love that a dreamer that became a doer. See what I'm saying? You already dropping nuggets,
It's
golden
real though.
nuggets for us.
It is real.
So, okay. I want to do this. I want to pull up your book. I want to start off. I want to pull up your book, okay?
Yeah, sure thing.
And then we're going to talk about it. Forever fearless, face everything and rise.
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, she said it's cold in Florida. Talk about cold. It's
It
freezing up
is.
here in Connecticut. Okay, talk about the inspiration. Let's get into this inspiration. And then I'm going to kind of step back in your journey because you have accomplished a lot. And
Yeah. God is good.
young, you still young.
You want to see this graze in the beard a little bit?
Listen, that's okay. So she said the cover is everything. Yes, let's talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Inspiration.
Absolutely. Let's even start from the title, right? Forever Fearless. The
Mhm.
anchor below that, where it's mentioning face everything and rise, fear can either, life is about perspective, right? And so fear
Yes.
can either stand for false evidence appearing real, or it can stand for face everything and rise. And I choose to give my life that title, and so in regards to Forever Fearless, I had used to work for a law firm right out of college. And, really blessed in that regard because I got the opportunity to sit down with hundreds of elderly people who are, you're talking about 65, 70, 75, but I was ultimately helping them plan their death, so I was like the young fly grim reaper at that moment. Um,
Wow.
so that's a very vulnerable time in people's lives, where they have to be honest with themselves. And, me being young and out of college, I'm like, hey, Gertrude, hey, John, like, hey, what'd you actually want to be when you were, young? And 9 times out of 10, they were nothing close to what they wanted to be. And I'm like, what? Why didn't you go after it? And they're like, I was just afraid. Like,
Mm.
what were you afraid of? Well, what would people think? And what if it didn't work? And and you're watching people come to the realization that they've lived their whole life and they never lived.
Wow.
And so in those hundreds of homes, over and over and over and over, city after city, those people, after they would kind of tell me their story about how they didn't go after their dreams, they would say, hey, before you go, tell your generation to be fearless. Because no matter how safe you play it, you still end up here.
Oh, wow.
And that just like always like burned inside my heart, because it's one thing to look in someone's eyes, and really see the regret that they have. But then, I just took that and said forever fearless, because it's a choice. Every day I have a choice to stay in bed and be scared and curl up in a fetal position, or I'm going to be brave today, brave tomorrow, brave next week, brave next month, brave the rest of my life, brave forever, and so that's where forever fearless ultimately came from in that regard, as well as it's intertwined with my father's story coming from Sierra Leone, West Africa, and
Hmm.
his fear of coming to America. But he always said you have to find something you love more than the fear. So that was my mother and the potential for a future family, which for me and my siblings.
Wow, that's powerful. Let's go back just a little.
Yeah,
So, the inspiration, that seed was planted early on, right out of college.
for sure,
Oh, and someone spoke it into existence. Well, someone spoke it to you, and then you made the choice.
for sure.
And you're absolutely right, because a lot of times when we think about current situations, people are like going through, last year was a nightmare for a lot of people, it feels like. And it was decisions and choices that we made that showed up as an outcome. But as long as you can make new decisions and
Yeah,
have new choices,
that part
you can get different outcomes.
always,
And one of the things that grip people, I mean, the number one thing probably is fear.
for sure. Everyone deals with it. Everyone, all the time.
Yeah, and so fear became your assignment, it looks like, because when they have to get your book, and we're going to definitely talk about that. I'm going to pull this back up real quick,
Sure thing.
because it was mind-blowing to know how many fears, and you've done your research to
Oh yeah,
see how many fears that are out there that sometimes we don't even realize is associated with fear.
yeah, absolutely.
And so, but let's talk a little bit more about it, because you're going to set some people free today.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. But even as you mentioned, like this is the book right here. High gloss paper. We want only the best for the
Oh, it's
best, right?
beautiful.
But
Yes.
there's pages and pages and pages and pages. Where we go through all the fears from A all the way to Z. All the different phobias. There's a fear of the sun. There's a fear of water. There's a fear of heights. There's a fear of beards. There's a fear of the number 8. Like there's
Wow.
like crazy. But in my 8 years of research, I realized that one of the greatest fears that I didn't even realize that I subconsciously suffer from was a thing called cherophobia.
Okay. Talk
Any
about
idea?
it.
Any idea to what that is?
I have no idea.
Neither did I. Okay, so we're in the same boat. But when I did my research, I realized that cherophobia is actually the fear of happiness. And I'm like, oh,
Mm.
I'm like, who would ever do that? But the way that it disguises itself is that we almost like sabotage ourselves.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
things are going too good, and we're like, oh no, we're not used to that. I remember even moving out to Florida, and after a year, I was telling my brother, I was like, it almost feels wrong being happy this long.
Mm.
Almost like we're programmed to expect bad things to happen. There were several nights when I first got here where I'd wake up in the middle of the night And it was almost like, the enemy was trying to talk to you like, you think you could really continue to live out here? You think you can afford to live out here?
Wow.
You don't belong. Like, just that imposter syndrome that it makes you feel.
Yes, absolutely.
But here I am 6+ years later. Again, the ocean is right there.
Love
And
it.
ha 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 in your face. So
Listen, what is that fear again, or that phobia again?
it's called cherophobia. So CHERO and then phobia.
Okay, and I just saw my screen freeze up, but you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, yep, I can still hear you.
Okay, great. I need to share that with my husband
Yeah.
because he doesn't know that thing even exists.
Neither do I.
But it's when you said sabotage, things are going good, and then all of a sudden it's almost, did you feel like you said it like you're not worthy of it, you don't deserve it, or you know.
And that's why we have to be so careful of the way that we speak to ourselves, right? For example, a girl meets a great guy. When's this going to end? There's no signs of anything going wrong, but you want to jump out the window. You get a good job. Oh yeah, but I know I can't keep this job. I got my first sports car, and then I was like, oh no, oh well, I'm too young to have. No, but I have it. I'm here. I'm in this neighborhood. Everybody around me is white, and a good 20 years older than me. I'm a raisin in a rice bowl, but I started to accept and believe, like, we have to reprogram ourselves that you do deserve this. Like, you're here for a reason. This isn't a mistake. You don't need permission from anyone to enjoy the pleasures of life,
Absolutely. That's interesting because Leslie, let me say, Leslie, this conversation is great, and we just started. That is where the phrase comes from, waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. One of the hardest things is, how did you face it? I mean, what happened in your life that made you say, I'm not going to think like that anymore. I'm going to change the way I think, I process, to really combat that fear?
Yeah, absolutely. And to be quite frank, my father's a pastor, right? I went to Oral Roberts University, Christian University, and but you could be around things, but they cannot be inside you,
That's
and so,
right.
water could be all around you, but until, like, you open your mouth, that's when it gets inside you. And
That's
so
right.
I've been surrounded with the Word of God my whole life, but until I started really, like, meditating on just even Jeremiah 29:11. Like, subconsciously I was thinking that, oh man, God's mad at me and he doesn't want to bless me. No. He's got good plans for me.
That's right.
Plans to prosper me. So when I start prospering, let me not jump out the window like I don't deserve. No, these were your plans. It's your plan that I win, that I have this car, that I have that. And this is not a prosperity message. It's the fact that any loving father wants to take care of, his children. I believe I was created by God, and I believe that God has favor on my life. And that's evident as to the things that I'm saying. I expect to be in the Olympics. They literally called me.
Yes, talk about it. We're gonna talk about yes.
Yeah, it's just a crazy. And so even with that, right, in the middle of the night, months before that, I get a dream. Kind of like a vision of this clothing. I have no background in business. I have no background in fashion. I have no background in drawing. But I did have a mother who spoke life into me. And I remember even when I was in 3rd grade and I came home and threw my book bag and went outside and played, and she saw my homework and she's like, get in here. And she's like, what's up with this, art project? And I was like, yeah, I'm not good at that. I'm probably going to lose anyway. So there's no point in trying. And she's like, you always try. You always try. You don't know where you're going to go from, And so shout out to you mothers who obviously speak life into your children. Because that is life, And so in the middle of the night, I'm just like, why do I keep getting this idea? Then I just woke up and just started trying to draw. Then I went and found a manufacturer. Then I'm like, because the only thing that will crush fear is taking action.
I love that.
You really got to step in faith, right? So it's literally a fight back. It's not just, I'm just sitting here getting beat up all the time. It's like, no, I'm going to fight back. Lo, I am the best designer, even though I've never designed anything. You know what? I do have the favor. And then started doing that. And then finally got my first product in the hand. And no one talks about the fear of even putting money behind something, right? Because I hate losing money.
Exactly.
And then actually, when you do create something, the fear of putting it out. I don't know if people are going to reject this, if they're going to say it's stupid, if like, again, I have no background in this. Long story short, I put it out. And 10 days later, I put a little commercial out, 15 seconds. Those 15 seconds changed my life. Then I get a direct message on Instagram from somebody who says, "Hi, my name is Coach so and so. I'm the coach for heavyweight boxer so and so. We want you to dress him. Can we speak with you tomorrow?" We speak. He's like, "Man, I love your energy, everything. I've watched all your videos." He's like, but he's like, at some point we got to sit down and we got to break bread. He's like, "What state or what city do you live in?" I was like, "I live in Miami." He said, "I live in Miami."
Oh my God.
The next day he took us out to dinner. He's like, "I want you to meet my queen, my wife as well. They'll have their wife come and feel you out as well." Long story short, he's like, "My wife, she used to run track in the Olympics." She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "But I'm too old for that now." She's like, "Well, what I do run is who gets to dress the Olympians."
What?
He's like, and so we've watched you, and we've watched like your brand and the impact that you're having. We would be honored if, and you think about it. Here I am thinking I'm going to have to hardcore pitch them on something, and they're like, "We'd be honored if you think about dressing the British Virgin Islands and Haiti." He's like, so go home and think about. I was like, "Ain't nothing to think about." Why?
I'm in.
Because I expect this, right? And that
your thinking has changed. Did you hear what you just said? I expect this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I expect it every day. Something good is gonna happen today, tomorrow, the day after that. I expect it. I'm looking for it. And it's crazy what will come when you're looking. Because guess what? Like my dad said, if you're looking for trouble, guess what you're gonna find?
Trouble.
Right. So be careful of the people around you who are always looking for the hole inside, your boat. So boom, just like that, they were like, "Wonderful, excellent." They said, "Go ahead and send us an invoice." Yeah, cool. Because that's what I do. Because I expect it. Yeah.
Another challenge, right?
Well, I'm send an invoice. I'm on first class flight to Paris, and I'm here and I'm in the stadium with 50,000 people and crazy. Think about it. They even said at the table, they said, "Do you realize how many thousands of brands reach out to us to try to get us to put their clothes in the Olympics? But when we saw your brand, we had to work with you."
Wow. So because that is a lot of major things happening, only to know you've come from a place of everything was sabotage. Everything was, "Nope, not me. Nope, it's not going to happen for me."
Yeah.
Something along that journey.
Yeah. It's just the constantly
Your
daily.
mind shifted. You started seeing yourself differently, which means you started showing up differently.
That part.
And then things open door opportunity that you didn't even have to go after. But another thing you said, you took a leap of faith.
Always.
You said, "I didn't know anything about manufacturing, design, all this stuff, but I did it."
Yeah.
Because you had something in you and you still tied it to your purpose, your vision of fearlessness.
Yep. Absolutely.
Can we share some of your collection?
Go on, girl. No.
Come on, I want you to talk us through, and this is available for anybody to go buy it. Okay.
And I mean, it is Fashion Friday, so come on now.
It is Fashion Fridays. All right, so let's bring this up on stage. Hold on.
And even as you're bringing that up, I just want to mention that, like you said, taking action. We make activewear for you to take action in, because action is the only thing that's going to change your life. Not your thinking, not your thoughts, because that's what dreamers do.
Yes.
Doers do.
Okay, here we go. That's not the right screen. This is. Hold on. That's my.
Why not?
Oh, that's my Instagram. So thank you, Charles Williams Jr. 7, for joining in Harvest Dog Grooming. Thank you so much for joining in. But now let's get into the collection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay.
So even that right there, we have everything from hoodies, the quarter zips, the full zips. But I think most importantly, that each color has a meaning. And I just describe that in the book. For example, this color right here is Never Quit Nude, and so you're able to draw things back to the story. But again, never quit nude, right? Like I'd gone after my dreams after the law firm to try and do music, and that had failed, and I became homeless, and I could have quit, right? I could have laid on the ground and said it was over. But I was like, I believe that my life wasn't over. I believe that things could change, and they did. So that goes for Never Quit Nude.
Wow. Listen, you got so many layers to your life, and you're just breezing over them because you've already come through them.
Right.
But there's somebody out there, and you just said it, and I don't know if y'all caught it. Never despise someone's beginnings because
That
you
part.
never know where you'll end up at, right?
Yep.
So you just said you attempted in another field, and you found yourself homeless,
Yep.
but you kept dreaming.
Yeah.
And
So,
now look at where you are. So
man,
it doesn't matter. Do not judge a book by its covers,
that part.
So
Mhm.
let's continue. Let's
Story
continue.
isn't done.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Okay, bestsellers up to 50% off, guys.
Yeah.
Today is Fashion Fridays. There's some discounts going on. And I have to tell you, the quality is incredible.
We
These
appreciate it.
prices, I mean, for you giving these discounted prices for the quality that they get is insane.
Right. But you want to look out for the people. I've been very blessed in life, and I also remember getting made fun of when I was small because my parents couldn't afford certain things. So especially for a lot of the mothers out there shopping for their children, I just want them to have something that they can be proud of. And obviously people come back and they show so much love and they spread the word as well. So
Definitely.
we're in a very blessed position. But again,
I love the colors.
Yeah. So even right there's Grateful Green. Because
Yes.
again, I think a big part of, as we focus on mental health with the brand, one thing that stopped me from being in the depression I was in when I lost everything was, what can I be grateful for today? Hey, I'm healthy, my fingers work, I ain't got no money in my bank account at that point, but you know what? Hey, I'm blessed, and I can make it back. This is while I got a needle in my arm and I'm giving blood for plasma, to get $30 so I can go eat at the buffet.
That's real.
And it's just speaking that life even when you're at the bottom of life, so it feels. There's Braveheart Burgundy, because again, bravery is not, it's not about not feeling fear. And I want to make that clear, right? I still feel fear all the time, but bravery is feeling the fear and still taking action.
Yes.
Love it. I encourage anyone, keep taking action. That's how you fight fear.
Keep taking actions. If someone's out there in the comments, I want you to write these nuggets in there. I can't do all this stuff at once, okay? Because he's definitely dropping some jewels. All right, let's continue on so you can tell us. I love how you associate it with action, that the colors mean something.
For sure, absolutely. And colors also trigger emotions, right?
Yes,
that black down there is bounce back black, right? Because especially for me, like you said, never give up. I went from literally being homeless to bouncing back the following year and right back to making six figures.
I love it.
In the tech space, because whoever's going through a hard time right now, I want to realize that everything can change at any time.
That's right.
It was one phone call from somebody after I prayed that was like, listen, I know we ain't talking in years, but I feel like God wanted me to call you. The guy flew me out to New York. This is like, I put my last good suit on, went out there and beat 22 people for the position. And they offered me. And my life changed just like that. Like literally like pursuit of happiness.
But you had the right mindset. Yeah. It didn't matter what your situation looked like. You always kept your mind in the right place to receive blessings.
For sure.
Remember that? Yeah. Yes. And another thing too is one decision.
That part.
So this may look like my situation today, but one decision, one choice, one yes can change everything tomorrow. Whew. All right, I see purple here.
Yeah, so that, as you can probably imagine, prosperous purple.
Yes.
Prosperous purple, and that's for sure a top seller. People love that purple so much. But inside the hoodie, we put galaxy design, right? Because we feel like
right in here, I'm looking at in here in the hood.
Yeah, so that one right there is Heaven hoodie.
Heaven hoodie. Okay. Oh, galaxy. So you can't really see it really slightly, but it's like galaxy, stars, and Okay. Nice. Listen, I'm looking at even the emboss, your logo, FF, on the legs, on the chest. I love it.
The infinity symbol is below those Fs as well. And
yes, I see it right here. Okay.
Even that's meaningful, right? Because if you turn an infinity symbol vertically, what number is that?
8.
Yeah, exactly.
New beginnings.
So, there we go. Absolutely. And so your new life starts when you start being fearless,
Everything's strategic. It's with intention.
For sure.
Very well thought out. You thought about everything.
Thank you so much. And then, granted, also with that 8, another thing that symbolizes for me is there's over 800,000 people that commit suicide a year.
Whew.
So if you do that mathematically, that's someone every 10 minutes. Right now, we've been on here for 25 minutes. That's 2 people that have already said, you know what, life's not worth living. So I'm literally on a race against the clock. And that's why, I price things the way I do to get the message out more than anything. I've been stopped at Starbucks where a lady said, that tracksuit, where did you get it from? And I was like, literally in Starbucks. I was like, I made it. She's like, it means something to me. I said, what do it mean? She told me how some man was stalking her and following her to work and all these things. And she lived in fear for 2 years. And then she finally stood up for herself. The man went to jail, everything, you know what I mean? And just fought back. And,
Wow.
it was a powerful story, but just the fact that people can wear something that has meaning.
I love it. That is powerful. I mean, the designs are amazing. I need to place my order. Listen, I do.
You're gonna love them, classic, comfortable. You're gonna get compliments.
Well, listen, I've touched it, I felt it, and this is how I was introduced to you.
Yeah.
Yes, and so once you get it, you want to have it, and you want to make sure others have it also. So I keep putting up your website, because right now we're looking at the website, but all this is available. foreverfearlessfashion.com for you to go, for you to look, for you to buy. And I have to tell you, so the friend that the friend that we both know that introduced me to you, she was so impressed by your customer service. So impressed. And people don't realize that makes all the difference, whether I'm going to stay with your business or I'm going to go find another business.
For sure.
But so impressed, just the care that you give. So yes, I wanted to share that. Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. Shorts and
the short sets, the gentlemen and the ladies love it. So
okay. Now blue, tell me what blue represents.
Oh yeah. So true to you, blue. The fact that you're being true to yourself. There's a lot of people who live fake lives. And what I mean by that is that they live the safe life. That's not what you want to do. And you're stuck doing that for 40 years. That's where I was speaking to these, elderly people, because I'm like, what did you actually want to do with your life? And you weren't being true to you. You're being true to money or chasing this or trying to make your parents happy. This is your life. Respect to your parents, for sure, honor them. But the reality is that God's called you to do something. My father didn't understand about me being an author or getting into music or things like that. But as a matter of fact, I got in trouble all the time for speaking in class, right?
Yes.
But I was like, Dad, isn't it funny? How do I make 95% of my living? Talking.
Yeah. But wait. So let's say this. Parents, pay attention to your children that you're raising, because the very thing you want to shut off and cut off from them doing is the very thing that's tied to their purpose.
That part, right? And in such a heavy way, right? Because, even the Bible talks about that, God will give you the ability to gain wealth, right? And for you to be able to, oh, that's stupid. No. Like I went through 12 years of feeling like I was getting bullied in school because I'm forced to take these standardized tests that don't highlight any of my skills. I've learned through this. I'm actually a master marketer.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't know I had skills in design. We didn't have classes for any of these things. And so even Albert Einstein said, a fish will feel like a fool if you're judging him on his ability to climb a tree. It's not what he's made to do. And funny enough, I see if I could pull this up very quickly, but in the book, there is a chapter. There we go. It's a chapter entitled A Sea Full of Gorillas.
Hold on, let me pull that up so we all can see. A Sea Full of Gorillas. Wow. What is that about?
Yeah, the chapter was, it kind of went into like a fantasy world where, I woke up and, I had a bump on my head, but, there's a plane crash and there was whales in the trees and, fish all over the jungle. And like pretty much a tornado had taken the animals from the jungle and threw them in the water. And there was a tornado over the water and put them in there. And everyone was out of place, And so when I tried to grab this one fish who was trying to climb a tree, I ran and brought him to the water. But when I tried to get him to the water, it was black, And when I got closer, it was because it was all the gorillas that were in there. And there was one gorilla that was still swimming. And I was like, ran over to him and I was like, hey, like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, I'm swimming. He bumped his head as well. He forgot what he was made to do. And so a lot of us are in our life in jobs, and yeah, we're treading water, but this is a gorilla. You know you're gonna drown.
Exactly.
And a lot of us feel like we're drowning in life because we're out of place.
That's it.
That's not what you were gifted to do. So then I put the fish back in the water and I grab the gorilla and I run him back to the jungle, and now he's swinging off the things and he's in his purpose.
Absolutely.
And that's
He's
why I'm able to
in
do
his purpose. Wow.
And so I bring up that one point just to nail this home, is that, not to talk money, but the fact is I'd worked 13 years in the tech industry. I'd had some successful months. I'd been number one here and there. But last month, just even with the clothing brand, it's pretty much just me, right? We still brought in $130,000.
That's awesome.
From exactly. I didn't go to school from, but this is what I naturally am gifted in. So 13 years, over the last 9 months, I could, have surpassed everything that I've done from all the college and all that. So all that to say, make sure you're operating in your gifts so you can have an easier life.
You have said a mouthful. Like I said, you're going to free some people today.
I hope so.
They don't even know it, but you are. And I hope they will go back over to YouTube, to our Morning Brew with Germaine on YouTube, and watch it as many times as you like. Please leave comments if anything has, really resonated with you. Give us feedback and updates, but share in the community. Let us know. And so I do have to say, Shonda Williams, is this my Shonda Williams from Florida from years ago? Yes, family. If this is my Shonda Williams from Florida, just say, yes, it's me.
Good morning, Shonda.
But, I'm so in awe, because it's not like you stressed yourself out trying to figure it out. You literally just change some things about how you show up in life, and things begin to open up and happen for you. For sure. And you found yourself effortlessly just flowing in a space that you didn't even have proper training for.
At all. And that's how you know.
Wow. That's how you know. And you know what? That's how I know this is definitely a divine assignment for me. Yeah. Publishing wasn't something I went to school for. I've been in it for 18 years. And the power of one story, being able to share that, create platforms, and help people really get their books out in the marketplace, and how to maintain their IP, their intellectual property. The power in that. And the thing is, it just happened.
Right.
It just, but I have to say this. My mom pulled out a book from when I was in the first grade that I created. First grade.
Crazy.
She still had. And I just got so full, because you never know that very thing that's tied to purpose, that's a part of your destiny.
Right.
She just confirmed for me that I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Right. Again, shout out to the moms. Love y'all.
Shout out to moms.
Y'all don't understand how important y'all are. You know what I mean? Like, to really speak life in seeds that grow into us later on.
Yes. So I have a question. Actually, Leslie asked a question. And yes, let me go back to your website, because the book is on the site. So hold on. I'm going to pull that back up. Hold on. Let me go. Okay. Let's go back to it. So these are some more fashions. But let's go down to the book, because she said, did the book come before the fashions or after?
Before,
Before.
So I wrote the book.
The book was the inspiration, I take it, for Forever Fearless, the fashions.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because in my mind, it's like every day, if every day we're in a fight, I was like, then you're pretty much a gladiator, right? So I'm ultimately making gladiator garments.
Yes.
So that people, when it's time to be brave, that they'll look at this, symbol, and they're like, hey, I'm not backing down from this. I'm going to face whatever this is, whatever issue comes, whatever trouble, whatever mountain, whatever giant. Like, now's the time.
Absolutely. Let me put your website back up, because I want to make sure people go foreverfearlessfashions.com. Yes. Please make sure you stop by, go through the site, select what you like. It is on sale. Definitely get it now while it's on sale. But this is the book. So the book is definitely there. And, I love the fact that the book is available directly through you.
Yeah.
And, we all love Amazon. It's easy and it's convenient, but Amazon is, they don't need more of our money. We need to maintain more of our money.
For sure.
So I like that people can go right into your site and you do your order fulfillments.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
get the book. I love it.
And you will get Amazon type treatment because, again, we are shipping
Absolutely.
things off within 24 to 48 hours. A lot of times
Absolutely.
we're beating Amazon. So we take that very, very seriously. We appreciate everyone who believes in us and trusts us. And so that's our way to say thank you, is to get things out extremely fast.
I am so glad you said that. And literally that's how we got introduced, because the customer service was A1.
Thank you.
All right. So once again, and this is how you can also reach Musa on his IG at Forever Fearless Fashion. Definitely make sure you go over there and you start following him, because there's always something new going on. But
Always.
this Forever Fearless is adapting a new way of thinking. So after today, I hope you adapt a new way of thinking. A new way of thinking, especially if fear has been something that's crippled you, that stopped you, and we're all guilty of it.
For sure.
We all have encountered it someplace in our life. Some are still encountering it today.
All right.
But your advice is, you know what? Just do.
Yeah, I'm gonna take action. One step at a time. And don't get caught up in analysis paralysis about, I got to figure everything out, and I need to research it. Okay, there's a time for research, right?
Yeah.
And that's been
That was me.
Right? But at some point, the rubber has to meet the road.
Absolutely. Well, that's why we're sitting here today, because I don't know how many years I have put off. I don't want to be in front of a camera. I work better behind the scenes. I don't want to be, stop. Nope. And then one day I just said, okay, God, I'm gonna just take the leap.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna jump, and I'm gonna be consistent. And so when I came on, and Charles Williams, who's over on Instagram, he's my partner, producer, look, EP, but he kept saying to me, he said, just be yourself. Just be yourself. That's it.
You're so full of life. Like, literally, the second we got on the call, you speaking life. I was like, man, forget the call. We about to talking to me. Let's go.
That's it. That's it. So, over on Instagram, welcome, Wealth Under Construction. Listen, okay. Is there anything, because like I said, I don't want to hold you, but I would love to keep you. But is there anything that you want the people to know that we just haven't really talked about?
Not even necessarily in regards to me, but really about yourself, right?
Good. I love it.
It's not about learn about me. Like I'm just a person, right? There's things that you need to learn about yourself, And so one of my favorite quotes is from Michelangelo, and it's him saying, "The danger in life is not that we shoot too high and miss, but that we shoot too low and succeed." And that has always terrified me since I was a child. I was like, and so if I'm ever to be known for anything, let me be known as the guy who shot high. Whether I fall, whatever, you know what I mean? Especially when I'm in the beginning of my professional life and I'm talking to all these people at the end of their life, no one says, I wish I would have played it safer. Not one of those people.
Wow.
Everyone was I wish I would have. If I was young again, I would have. I would have gone after. I would have started. Oh, no. I'm starting everything. I'm finishing everything. I'm doing everything. I'm seeing everything through. I'm going all the way to the edge. Let me say, okay, one thing I do want to bring up, right?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Is a lot of times why we have analysis paralysis is because we can't see the end exactly how we want it from the beginning. That's where faith comes in, right? Faith and fear are completely opposite. So I'm either walking in faith, meaning I can't see everything, or I'm walking in fear and but fear freezes you, right? You're stuck here. You're a mannequin at that point. And the reason why I bring that up is because some people are like, well, where's the money going to come from? Let me tell you something. It's very important to listen to God, no matter how crazy it looks, right? I had been spending it. I like to have a good, buffer finances, so everything's all taken care of. Miami is not a cheap place to live, right? But, for me to keep pushing the brand forward, I was having to spend money. And I'm watching savings go down, 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 down. And then while things are already low, I feel God being like, listen, you need to go on a cruise. I don't know what they put in this thing. I don't know what they put in it, but I was like, that's not even financially smart. And sometimes you try to over logic the Lord, right? And this is very important because I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? Obedience is better than sacrifice. I'm going on this cruise. I haven't been on a cruise in 15 years, but if you want to go on there, whatever, you got some kind of plan. Why? Because you got good plans for me. Plans to prosper me. Plans to give me hope in the future.
That's right.
Not to harm me. That's your word. I'm gonna trust your word. I'm going on this cruise. I'm on here by myself. Whatever. First night, I sit down at this little restaurant, like on the bottom part of the ship, and I hear somebody's accent, and it's like an African accent. I said, my brother. I said, where are you from? He said, Nigeria. I said, oh, that's crazy. I said, my family's from Sierra Leone. I was like, what's your name? He's like, Mustafa. I was like, my name's Musa. He's like, my brother, you belong to be on the top with the best people. Come. And he takes me and he walks me. He brings me all the way to the top of the ship, like very, very expensive restaurant. Walks me past the line and then sits me down. And then I'm like, oh man, hey, thanks so much. And he's just standing there. And I'm thinking that he's like hearing something because like he's a manager. I'm thinking he's hearing something, but he doesn't have an earpiece in. He's just like standing over me. And then he's like, I feel like you're supposed to sit over there. And like brings me and sits me at the other part of the restaurant. And I'm sitting down and looking at the menu. And before you know it, all I hear is, hey, you sitting alone? I was like, put the menu down. There's two big white guys, like 6'4" each, like wearing flannel. Like I went to school in Oklahoma. I know about all the racist stuff. I reached for my knife. I was like, yeah, wow, what's up?
Change your voice.
Because I'm like, if it gonna go down, there ain't nowhere to run. We on a ship. I can't swim. Nobody can stab today. But either way, I was like, yeah, wow, what's up? And they're like, well, come on and sit with us. I was like, okay. I go and sit with them. They're like, our friend's in the bathroom. She'll be out soon. Long story short, we go around the table. As she comes out, we're talking about what we do for work. I'm like, oh, I'm a vice president of this tech firm, but I'm really excited about this brand that I have. She's like, what is it about? Focuses on mental health. It's called Forever Fearless. She said, I love it. She bought 20 tracksuits right there. Yep. We get into Miami. I hand her all the things. She takes it to Vegas. She gives it to all her friends at one of her friends' 40th birthday parties. She's successful in real estate. Long story short, to fast forward, this woman goes to another like conference somewhere. She buys like another 20 something tracksuits for everyone at the conference. She's like, here's my credit card. Just overnight it to me. Like what? After I get back from the Olympics, she's like, I know you're a star. She's like, you just need the boost. This woman ended up sending me $150,000. Like 150. Like think in your brain. Yeah. A member in your family even giving you 5,000 would I be like, hey, you got that money? You got that money? You got that money? This woman's like crazy, right? You can't tell me God ain't real.
Yes, he is.
The fact that he would bring me an investor in the middle of the ocean.
But you know what? Thank God for your obedience.
That part.
Because if you fought against it and didn't show up, you wouldn't have had that relationship today.
Yeah.
So thank God you're open. We fight against the very thing he's trying to get us to.
That part right there.
And the thing is, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
You know?
Tell me very quickly. If I told you I'm going to walk you to the bank and give you $1 million each time you walk with, how many times are you going to fight me?
No, I'm going to walk with you.
Exactly. You'll be like, hey, is it time to go? Because after a while, you believe that I have good things for you, right?
That's right.
If I truly believe, if you get nothing else from me, if you truly believe that God has good plans for you, every day I'm waking up like, where we going today? What we doing today? Who we talking to today? What's up? Where we going?
Yeah.
I know you're trying to have good plans for me. That's it.
That's it. So once again, it goes back to how are you thinking? What are you believing? And a lot of times people have been so hurt, they've been taken advantage of, and they're stuck in a way. Sometimes it's like, you know what, let's unplug. Everybody, let's unplug because we need to cancel our old programming. It's a new year. Yeah. It's time to start fresh and new, and let's plug into a different outlet.
Number 8.
Okay.
A new belief system.
A new belief system. Yes. Yeah. And if the old way hasn't been working for you, why not try something new?
You feel, because here's the thing, what do you have to lose, right? And that's what also makes me fearless. I didn't been in medical. Again, when I first lost everything in California and was homeless and sleeping on couches, I had to go into a medical research facility, right? where for 39 days I'm taking experimental test drugs, right? Like I know I don't look like it now, but I was at a low point in life, and so to go from that to be able to be top floor looking out over the ocean, it's like that's only God, right? But I can only get there through obedience, right?
Yes.
And being able to speak things into existence. When I was in California and I'm like tears rolling down my face and I'm like, man, I do not care if I don't make it into tomorrow, right? Eviction notice on the door, repo person coming after my car, bank account deep in the red. It's like, but still, like, I was like, I don't care. I was like, someday I'm gonna have a house somewhere beautiful and tropical, and I'm gonna be able to see the beach from my bed. And what can I do right now?
See the beach from your bed.
Exactly what I said.
Yeah.
12 years ago.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm talking about in the beginning, you're going to free a lot of people. I'm sitting here saying you freeing me. Can we just talk about it? You are freeing me. And I love your transparency and I love your honesty, and a lot of times we don't have to feel like we got it all together.
That part.
When we're crying on the inside, trying to just figure it out. Okay, God, I'm showing up, but where are we going? Right.
Yeah.
And so I just love to, because one, it shows the power of God in your life.
That part.
First and foremost, and that all you did was make yourself available to him.
Crazy.
I'm gonna make myself available to you, God. I'm your instrument. Play me however you like.
That part right there. And are you willing to look crazy?
And are you willing to look crazy?
Right, because you think about Noah and his story. You're building a ship when there hasn't been rain yet. And this isn't for a day, for a week. Like you said, we always like to look like we got everything together. Is that not a form of pride?
It is.
And in Proverbs, does it not say that pride comes before the
fall?
Absolutely. Right? So, I've always got everything. No, hey, I'm messed up right now.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And I might be on fire right now, but watch what God does. That's my whole thing to my fans all the time that are on my IG. I said, hey, this ain't work out. Watch what he does, though. I'm going to show up and he going to show out. Real simple.
That's it. I'll never forget. God just told me I was living in Georgia and it was a faith move. It was like, okay, Mom, don't know what's going to happen. I knew it was going to be the last day in my corporate job at Diageo. I knew it.
Wow.
I packed everything up before I knew it was actually my last day.
Crazy.
Because God just showed me. I knew it was it.
Yeah.
And that was my release. And so he has been taking me on a journey ever since on my vision and purpose that he's blessed me with to be a blessing to others. And here we are. Right. And I just said, Mom, I don't know what God is saying. All I know is I'm just going to do what he say.
Also Abraham.
People say, girl, you like a nomad because where are you at now in the country? And one thing people don't realize, a lot of times it was me saying yes to God and I didn't know how it was going to happen. All I knew is he was going to make a way.
Hey.
And then when I got there, it was like the blessing was there. I mean, people were just so into me. And I'm just like,
come on.
Okay, God. But all he told me to do was, all I need you to do is just walk through these doors. I just need you to show up and I have everything ready for you.
That part.
And that's what people don't get. I don't think people don't get,
It's scary. You know what I mean? Let me not act like I don't never feel. No. I've been speaking since I was 13 in my father's church, right? We're talking about 23 plus years. I mean, speaking. I'm still afraid every time I get up and speak, right? I still feel nervous, right? But if fear is going to show up, I'm going to show up too.
That's right.
Every time I go speak at a college, I said, hey, do you mind just keeping one seat open? He said, oh, is a family member coming? I said, oh, yeah, fear. I said, no, right there. Every time. That's my boy Fear. He always shows up for everything. All my soccer games, all my dates, you always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but it's pressing your way through it. Yeah. And let me tell you, if y'all don't know who God is, y'all might want to get to know who God is because we can't do this life without him.
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
But we got the. It's like when you're on the playground and you're looking for the kid to pick. I got the strongest kid, the fastest kid, the smartest person on the project with me. Like what do I really got to fear? Right? If he's really for me, that's the thing. Like really take it inside yourself. If he's really for me, what do I got to fear? Who can be against me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know what? And when you don't know, it's like, listen, I tell you, sometimes I just say on my morning brew, guys, just really take a pause so you can pour into purpose and just really pay attention to what is happening in your life, in your space. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses. It's not about wearing a mask every day of your life. It's not. No, it's getting to the authentic version of who God is calling you to be, because he is assigning some things for you to do in your life and people are waiting on you.
Yeah, that part. Exactly. I had no idea. Like, I know thousands of people the same way that I met Pam. Like, I know thousands of people right now. Like, and just like Pam said, she's like, this is ministry. I was like,
yes, it is.
I'm glad you know.
Yes, it is.
I pack each thing like I'm packing it for Jesus himself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm speaking life over all the pieces of clothes before they even go out.
That's it. I love that people are sharing in the comments. Leslie said, God gave me this 4 years ago. Brag. Be responsible for amplifying God's gifts.
Hey.
This is what today's episode reminds me of. Won't he do it?
Love that.
God gave me hope of vision. I tell you, hope of vision. On a journey when I relocated to Georgia, on my walks in the morning, and just as clear as day, he used animals to speak to me, different things I would come encounter with along my journey. Yeah. And then he gave me hope of vision. And then I'm a firm believer, based on my bishop in Georgia, God names a thing and you become that. And then it shows up in your life where people give it back to you. How you are that very name, hope of vision, how you are the very name God has blessed you with, fearless, forever fearless. And it's showing up in your life every day of your life to the point people are wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're going to wear something, like, why not wear something that's speaking life into your future?
Absolutely.
Right? That keeps you protected in your mind, mentality, right?
Absolutely. Whew. Oh my gosh. I don't want to leave. I don't want you to go. Y'all don't want him to go, right? He got to go. He got so much stuff to do. But this has been a blessing. This has been a blessing, I tell you. So
before we go, right, so I want to thank you. Thank you for being obedient. Thank you for, you know what I mean? Because again, we wouldn't be, I don't know who I touched today, right? But I'm touching them through the avenue that you had through your obedience, So much respect to you for being brave, for being bold, for being fearless, for taking action in the face of fear. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. Once again, let me just put a please, foreverfearlessfashions.com, and make sure you guys stop by there and be blessed.
Yeah.
Just be blessed, And I want to thank you, because we met at a luncheon with Pam and Charles and just another colleague. And what's so amazing is that you met us through Zoom, or however we met, right?
Sure.
Through one of the video platforms. And then as we're getting ready to leave, Pam lets us know, oh, our lunch has been taken care of because you blessed us.
Because you expect some good things.
Oh my God. So I am so thankful that I have the opportunity to bless you by letting you know. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Let's be a blessing, because he is truly a blessing. He's a blessing. Even, it's just in him to do.
Why not? Because again, if you sow sparingly, you're gonna reap sparingly.
You're gonna reap sparingly. That's right.
Abundance mindset. I believe it's all gonna come back.
That's right. That's right. I just wanted, some messages coming through. Leslie says, thank you. Yes. And then we also have Renita Shelton 9436. Thank you, Germaine. Truly a wonderful guest and conversation with Musa. Thank you for all the words of wisdom shared. Absolutely.
Of course. Thank you. My honor.
Teresa Merritt Watson, Black Tech or Blacks In. So thank you for chiming in. And let me just put up here, you said, God is so great. Learning to be obedient equals change. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you for freeing us today. That's what you did. You have freed us today. Guys, please, let me put this up on the screen one more time for people to go and get a copy of Forever Fearless, Face Everything and Rise. You want to know about some fears that you probably never even heard about, that you don't even know if you're dealing with, and you could be, you definitely want to pick up this book. So once again, let me have you go over to foreverfearlessfashion.com and make sure you pick up your copy. Let's support our community. Let's support. We will definitely have Musa back. Listen, he's part of the family now. He got to come.
Let's go. Let's go. And you are all now part of the Fearless family as well. Day by day, brick by brick. Got to be brave.
Yes. So thank you. Any last parting words that you want to say before we bring Morning Brew to a close today? Any final sips?
The biggest thing is, again, shoot your shot, right? Shoot your shot, right? Like, again, he's going to bless the work of your hands. Shoot your shot. Don't be afraid of doing that. Whatever idea is in your mind right now, it's not a stupid idea. You know, like, it's the thing that's going to free you, you know, and don't expect everyone to be on the same page before you do it. Sometimes it's a lonely, you know, it's a lonely journey. It wasn't a conference call when God called you. Right. So
that's right. I love that. Did y'all hear that? Whatever ideas, it's the top of the year. Whatever ideas God is seeding in you, whatever he's planting in you, it's time for it to be birthed. So you know what? Sometimes you may not have the answer, know where to go, but you know what? Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, don't be afraid to tell God, send whatever it is I need in my life, the people in my life, so you can, you know, show me how to birth this out.
Right.
Season. So, but I love it. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you.
Yes. Until the next time. So at this point, I'm going to release him. I'm going to let him go because he is busy. He has stayed with us for an hour. Thank you. We'll be back, and definitely I'll continue to support your products on Morning Brew with Germaine. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
Yes. Thank you. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Okay.
What?
Guys, oh my gosh, what a blessing. Thank you all for showing up in the community and for sharing and just really, you know, speaking your truths and the things that's really been resonating with you. So once again, you never know who's going to stop by the studio, our shop, Morning Brew's coffee shop. You never know who's going to stop by. So I'm glad you did, and continue to show up. So have a wonderful weekend. Stay blessed. And remember, fear, there's no room for it. So keep doing. All right, guys. But remember, go to YouTube and just, if you need to play this back, go to Morning Brew with Germaine and play it back as many times as you like, and continue to leave comments and stuff. But stop by. Make sure you stop by and pick something up, okay, from his shop. So go to Forever. Let me just put it up before we close out. foreverfearlessfashion.com. Please make sure you stop by there and grab something for you or someone else. Pay it forward. And then also go and definitely follow him on IG, Forever Fearless Fashion. All right, guys. And on that note, have a wonderful weekend. Stay blessed. And hopefully I'll see you back here on Monday. Bye now.